have begun. Hi, good morning. Today is, I think, June 6th. It is, it's 6/6, June 6th, 2025. My name is Deborah, and thanks for joining me and for listening to this wherever you are and however you're finding it. It will show up on my ministerial Facebook page, which is really a healing page. And it will also show up on my, they're telling me I'm not loud enough, so let me increase my sound. There we go. That should be better. And my YouTube channel. YouTube channel, they never go away, but the Facebook page, they're only keeping them up for 30 days now, so it does go away. Lots of topics today, and I just listen. Spirit is pushing these topics through me and telling me to do videos on them. I don't know if that means that I'm transitioning soon and I need to get everything I know out before I leave, or whether astrologically and universally it's just an excellent time for people to grasp these understandings. So let's go with that one. It's such a strong, good time for people to grasp universal truth and to grasp the understanding of what I offer, that they're pushing me to talk about these topics. The first topic is anger. It is absolutely the worst emotion you can carry for your body and your health. Anger will cause disease in your body. It's just the way it is. So that's why we want to work at and realize and become more forgiving. Anger. When you are angry, when you lash out at people, when you hold on to anger, it will live in your body as all your emotions do, and it will cause dis-ease, imbalance. All dis-ease is an imbalance in this system of yours that God created, the grand architect created, to be healthy and whole. Again, anger. When you're angry, you're talking to your cells and you're making them angry. They become angry. They carry anger. They carry fire. They carry this defeatedness, and that can show up in your body as illness. So Deborah, how do I become unangry at how I have been treated? Whether it's by family, parents, whether it's words or action, or blame and shame, or any kind of abuse. Abuse being anything that comes from another human being to defeat you. I can tell you how it works for me. Everybody gets to do what they choose to do. Everyone has choice, even the people who choose to consciously or subconsciously hurt you or cause hurt within your energy field, cause you to feel hurt. That is theirs. People treat other people as they treat themselves. It is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. They may feel unworthy, so they will make someone else to feel unworthy. They may feel that they were shamed, so they're going to only be able to give shame if they have not forgiven that action. Forgiveness allows us to give back, to not connect with, to unattach from a story. hope this is making sense to you. So let's take where our parents hurt us. We could have been 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It could have been unconscious or consciously. If they were an addict, it was done unconsciously. If they had not healed their own wounds yet, it's simply what they knew. It's almost like we stand in the way sometimes of someone else's behavior and anger and wounds and hurt, and we just happen to be the one there. But we take it deeply personally because we're carrying the hurt of it. So what have I done when I have been the one who has felt hurt by other people's actions? Again, I remind myself they get to choose to do that. That's up to them. It's a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of me. How I hold this and what I do with it is a reflection of me. I am not responsible for other people's behavior or choices. They are. I refuse to let anyone take my peace from me. I totally, absolutely, defiantly refuse to let anybody disturb my peace. I forgive others their humanness. We each are here on this journey of earth. We each have certain missions. Maybe it's karmic. Maybe it's pure choice. Maybe whatever the reason is that we come here. I happen to know my reasons. I don't know if you do. Past life regression helps with that. And also a deep meditation to ask, why did I come here? And see what pops up for you. But I know why I came here, and yes, that makes it easier. I came here to learn certain beliefs and things, and because of the challenges and what others may see as emotional abuse, I have learned them. I have learned to say no. I have learned to have faith in myself as a healer. And I have learned that material things, money, ego, are not the answers to our happiness. I forgave my parents a long time ago. It took a few years of me realizing how I was holding on and I was making their story my story. But as I healed through that, as I forgave them, gave them back their story, there's a relief and there's an empowered feeling of this is not mine, this is yours. So as long as I let go of it, maybe you get to deal with it. My brother, one of my brothers, when my book first came out, my niece gave it to him for Christmas, and he called me and he apologized and said he was sorry that these things happened to me, and I said, there's nothing to be sorry about, sweetheart. I grew. I'm okay. I am who I am because of that or do personally. Even if it is absolutely directed at me, I can stand there and just go, in my head maybe I'm going, wow, and then that's not mine. That is not about me. That is about them. Wow. Wow. When people ignore you, they probably feel ignored, and or they may be even ignoring themselves. So I hope you've grasped something from that. And forgiveness, to forgive someone, is nothing that you have to tell them. It's nothing you have to share with them. The forgiving piece comes from within you and clears your energy field and your cells of anger and shame and blame. You forgive, give back for your own health, for your own mental health, for your own heart health, for your own spiritual health. We forgive. We do not attach to that story. All our stories should be strictly about us and not about anybody else. How do you want to show up? I share often with people that if I do not believe in pure genetics, yes, I may be tall because my parents are tall. I may have Irish skin, which I do because there's a lot of Scottish and Irish in me. Things like that. But if I believed in pure genetics, well, my mother had something like 7 or 8 major surgeries. She was always in pain. She had 3 or 4 back surgeries. She had a lot of different illnesses, and she was an alcoholic. I've had none of those things. My father was obese, very heavy, big man. My mother was really insecure. My dad was really emotionally handicapped, very surface, very materialistic, and I am not. I love things of beauty, but my dad was pretty funny. Even if people didn't know him, if he'd walk into a store, he'd say, "Hi, my name's Duke Evans," and he automatically thought he would be given the best of everything because of that. And possibly because he believed it so much, he Abrahamized it, and he did get the best of everything. But it's one thing to enjoy nice things, it's another thing to build an altar to them and to let them replace God in your life. Those are two different things. Forgiveness. Okay, that's a lot about forgiveness. You want to chat more about that or your process of it? You call and make an appointment. The other topic that has come through in the past week has been, as many of you who already know me, I do not believe in death. Our bodies may turn to dust and may go elsewhere, but we never die. Our souls, our spirits do not die. We continue on different dimensions, heaven, whatever you wish to call it, however you perceive it and see it. I've had too many experiences. We do not die. We live in other dimensions, and that is my belief. But this aging thing is very interesting, and I'm very mindful of it, that it feels like a slow fade. I've decided to call it fading. Not memory fading, but just things fade. Relationships seem to shift and fade. Our interest in things may fade. The importance of some things that used to be very important to us, it fades. It's so interesting. What fades? I'm in awe of it. It doesn't mean I'm not still thriving. I am. It doesn't mean I'm not still joyful. I am. But I think things fade. As Jesus said, we die daily. So little bits and pieces of us die daily. I had a client once, Lisa, if you're listening, and she once told me, she said, she understood that comment because her anger died, her shame died, her negative lack thinking died as we worked together. And she realized that because those were let go of, goodness and other light-filled, positive, empowering, life-changing beliefs came through. Or maybe they came through first, which the light does, and then the dark can't no longer exist. So fading, I decided I really like that term. When people die, I always say they have transitioned. That is my language for it, because they've transitioned from one dimension to another. But there is a process here of fading. What was so important just isn't any longer. And then, as the years of being elderly, which means we slow down our pace, our bodies may not be working as well as they used to work. So things start fading, our ability to walk, our ability to maybe do the yoga positions we want to do, our ability or wisdom to no longer downhill ski or no longer bungee jump. Things fade. And it's a slow fade. You know, if you're mindful of this process, it's a very slow fade. I remember when I turned 40, which was 31 years ago or so, I decided to stop wearing fancy winter boots. In those years in the when we were married, 97, in the 90s, they all had spike heels, and they were pretty high and not comfortable, but many would wear them anyways, and I decided, nope, I'm getting work boots. I want to know I'm on solid ground, and I want to feel secure. That was when I turned 40, I decided to do that. And so now there's other things that I do that I didn't do before that I'm aware of. And we can be mindful about it. I'm aware of getting in and out of the car. I'm aware of making sure I have support. I'm not because anything's wrong with me, but because it's nice to have a feeling of balance and security. But it's a slow process when we are mindful of it. I'm mindful of holding on to the wall when I get in and out of the shower. I'm mindful of that. I'm mindful of those things. And so there is a fading process of what we maybe hung on to for a very long time. We can make a conscious choice of, I'm no longer going to let that be my story. I'm no longer going to hang on to that. And when we do this forgiving and this mindfulness, we open ourselves up to more light, to more love, to more security. Well, I think that's all I should make time for today. I don't know how long it's been, but I don't want to bore you, and I hope you come back. More than anything, I hope that there's something in this video that you will find helpful. And you know where to find me. YouTube, this Facebook page, and my website is back up, www.deborahEvansHogan.org. Many blessings.